back to my channel and to another review. Today I will be talking about The Secret History by Donna Tartt. In this book we have a young protagonist called Richard who, despite coming from this low middle class background, manages to be accepted to not only this fancy schmancy college in Vermont, but also this very exclusive ancient Greek class that only has 5 other students. And as he befriends them, he realizes that they share a dark secret. And now that he's a part of them as well, he also shares the burden of protecting this secret. Now, this book got many praises and I was curious about it for a while, but after reading it, I have to say that I really don't get what the big deal about it is. It's not like it was bad or badly written, and I feel like I said it before. I actually say it pretty often here, but it is true. I don't think this book was very bad, but I did have some issues with it, starting with the fact that there's not much going on in this very thick book. Many of the things that do happen there are inconsequential. I would say that this book is about 30% plot and 70% fluff. But that's not actually my main issue with this book. My main issue is the characters. This book focuses on a very small group of characters and is very character-driven. The problem is that each and every one of these characters is terrible. Not terribly written, just terrible people. And it's not like every one of them is terrible in a different way to make it interesting. You see, Richard kind of enters this new world with these people, and none of them acts like a normal human being. They do whatever they want without thinking of the consequences or whom they might be hurting. They constantly behave in such odd and infuriatingly mysterious ways that are never explained. They constantly speak in hints and half-sentences that sometimes Richard would understand, but I didn't, which only made everything more puzzling. For example, a character might say something like, "She wouldn't do that because, you know," and then Richard would think, "I didn't know, but I couldn't even think it because it was too horrible." I completely lost them at times, and let me tell you, that did not help. Now, this whole issue created a problem because we're supposed to have this coming-of-age story about friendship, but instead we get this frenemy situation with a bunch of privileged, self-absorbed kids. How are we supposed to like them or care for them? Now, I could see how some may say that these eccentric characters are somewhat charming and unique. Now, this might have been the case if it were one character that thought or acted differently, but in this case, we have a bunch of privileged kids who just think that they're better than anybody else. They do have some cool quirks now and then, but then they would just do something that would remind us of how much of awful people they are. And lastly, to make things worse, there is also a discrepancy between the way the characters act and the way that they are described. And I hate when this happens in books. They would talk about some personality trait in certain characters that I never saw. Not to mention that I felt that some of the personalities were very inconsistent. Characters I would expect to act in a certain way in a certain situation just would act in the complete opposite without any apparent reason. So, in conclusion, I didn't like the book all that much, and it will be going away in my next declutter. The idea itself was pretty cool, but it could have been done better. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was done better in a different book with a similar premise. Nothing comes to mind right now, but I'm pretty sure there were a few. If you can think of any, write them down in the comment section. As I said, all of the characters were completely unlikable, and even though I do understand that some of it was on purpose, I bet that the author wasn't expecting that the potential readers would have been completely sick and tired of them and couldn't have cared less if each and every single one of them would have dropped dead by the end of the book. I am done with this book, and after finishing reading it, I am glad to move on to better things. So, bookworms, with that, I bid you farewell. If you like this video, please don't forget to click the like button to show your support and also to subscribe to my channel if you dare. Also, don't forget to write down in the comment section if you have a recommendation for a good book with a similar premise or maybe other mysterious or coming-of-age story that takes place in a college or school. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.